Hello and welcome back to my channel, where today I have another teaching type of video for you. For those that don't know, I am a tutor on Cambly Kids, and today's video is about how I use digital flashcards and how I make flashcards that I can use in my lessons when I teach. Now, a great thing about Cambly Kids is that there's actually no requirement to have any form of props or anything like that. I do have a small basket of some things that I use as props for things like animals and things like that, but the majority of the things that I find the most helpful is to use flashcards. Now, I use my iPad as like a tool to help me, so I do all my teaching from on my laptop, and then I use my iPad to show the kids things that I need to help them understand a bit more, especially as I tend to teach a lot of beginners and that are quite young. So you might say to them, oh, circle the t-shirt, and it's really hard to other than be like t-shirt, which is obviously isn't a t-shirt, but yeah, I like to have like a visual picture, so if they're not understanding t-shirt, then you can show them a picture. So I scroll down and there is my t-shirt, very fast and very quick. So I make all my own flashcards myself. I use a program called Canva. It's online. You can create a free account on canva.com. If you actually work in a brick and mortar school, you can apply for a free subscription of Canva Pro, which gives you more images and more templates and things like that. But otherwise, you can do a paid subscription if you feel that you need more pictures for things. For example, with the eye, when I made this one, originally I wanted an igloo, like eye, ear, igloo, but I couldn't get an igloo picture. So for me, I just use an insect picture instead. But if you have Pro, you have more choice of different images or ones that might look a little bit different. But I will be actually showing you a screen share of me making another flashcard, because there's one that I need, and I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to make a digital flashcard on Canva. And then all I do is I airdrop them to my iPad, where I sort them into different folders depending on what they are. So when I'm in lesson, I can just tap around the screen and get them super fast. So I thought I'd show you some of the ones that I personally have. So I have all of the alphabet ones. So for example, there's K, K, kite. I have numbers, so I have all the 1 to 10, which is obviously the simple ones for the younger kids, but then I go up to 30 with actual 1 by 1, and then I just do the 40, 50, 60, 70, because once they've got the rhythm of 21, 22, I then find it's easier once you prompt the 40, it's then quite easy to do the 41, 42 type thing. So for those ones, and then I just do up to 100 because I'm not going to count to 1,000 in a lesson. I then have random ones that are to do with the Cambly Kids curriculum. Like I said, with circle the t-shirt, I find that sometimes you teach and you think, oh, I could really use an image to help with that. So I have things like boy and girl, man and woman, young and younger. I also have stripes and spots, which is another one. There's a slide where it's like circle the fish with the stripes, but they've never been taught the word stripes before. So unless you draw loads of stripes, I find it's just easier just to be like stripes and then spots for the fish that have dots on them. I then also have all the colors, which are for basic, when you have a complete beginner, you can go through the colors with them. I have plate and bowl. That was one that I created because I found in the curriculum it was circle the plate, circle the bowl, and it was one that was coming up that was hard to show what it was without me actually drawing the answer myself. Same and different is another great one. So if you're going to make one, same and different has been a really, really good card that I use a lot. I then have various jobs such as farmer, doctor, pirate, with pirate comes up on it. Then I have clothes. Oh, my iPad stand just fell apart. T-shirt, jacket, dress, all things like that. And then I also have free talk flashcards as well. So this is just more like conversation starters. It's what have you done today? Have you watched TV? Have you read a book? Have you played with toys? So that kind of just helps them to understand what you're saying without you can do book and with your hand, but I just find that sometimes it's just easier to have like a visual of it. I then have weather for when like you ask them what the weather's been like today. Things like this one here, which are just images. So if you're talking about a city, you can zoom in, a beach, forests, various animals, food ones, fruit, more like savory dinner items, and yummy stuff like cupcakes. So these are just various ones that I use. So, oh, and then another one, I'm talking really fast, I'm sorry, is another one that I use are CVC flashcards. So for example, I have this one that is obviously cat, and I zoom in on the word, so I get rid of the image of the cat. And then I go through the letters with the students. So it's like k, a, t, and try and help them to blend it themselves. If they're still not quite picking up the whole k, a, t, cat, then I then start zooming out and showing them little bits of the picture, little bit by little bit. And then sometimes they can put 2 and 2 together. So even though they might say, look at the picture and go, oh, that's a cat. If you've been going through the sounds of the word and then they start seeing the picture, it then just helps kind of connect the dots for them. So I have loads of different ones. So like red, so you would zoom in and be like, oh, red. And then if they don't know, they then can see it's a red circle. So these ones are really helpful as well if you're trying to teach people to read. So now I will show you a screen share of me actually making a flashcard that I will be using in my lessons. So let's have a look. Canvas screen. So here we go. I have a couple of ones you can see. This one here is my 100 card, and this is part of my grandma and grandpa one. I started editing it, but then I changed it. So we will click onto the grandma grandpa one. It opens up a screen like this one. And the one that I want to make today is about basketball and baseball. So I will turn that one into baseball and the grandma one into basketball. I then might have to shimmy around with the sizing just to make it like so. Yeah, that's all right. You can obviously then shrink some of the things as well, but I'm happy with that. That's all right. It's just more the pictures I want on this one. So you go over to elements, click on that, and it says search anything from Canva. So you can see some of the different things down here that you can look for, but I will be looking for baseball first. And here are some of the images. So I could use a bat and the ball. I could just use the ball picture. There's some actual photos of baseball type things. I am thinking I will probably go for the bat one because there's a slide where it's about circle the equipment that you use in baseball. So it's quite good to have the bat as well to show that is what you are after. I do actually have a baseball that I bought from Disney, which I do sometimes use as a prop. So I do have an object of that one. And the basketball, so change that one into basketball. I will, with this one, I think I will go for the net. And I will have that. Do I like that net? Is there a different net? Oh, what's that one? Oh, I quite like that one. So there's loads and loads of different things. I'll pull that one across for now, just to see. I like the one with the backboard, though. So I might do the orange, maybe a larger orange ball, and then the backboard as well. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So then put the basketball in the corner, like so. Make that a little bit smaller, and that is literally how I make the flashcards. I think I'll just move those down a little bit, put them in line, maybe move the ball and the net down a little bit. So as you can see, that was super fast. It took me literally a few minutes to change it into this. So I've now got the baseball picture and the basketball picture. I can then zoom in on the different objects. So like, obviously some kids can't necessarily read the words, so I will then zoom in and just use the pictures instead. Again, actually, I think I'll move those a little bit more, like that, I think. And then you hit this download one here, and then I always save it as a JPEG and hit download. it has a little think, and then there we go. There is my new flashcard. So then I will airdrop. I will go on to the airdrop one there, and I will send that across to my iPad. As I said, I work on an app on a MacBook and I have an iPad, so I will airdrop the image that's downloaded onto my computer to my iPad. I then sort it into one of the folders, so that one will go into the CK flashcard one with some of the other items that are more to do with the lesson, and then it's done. So it takes literally seconds. Once you've set up that initial template, it takes seconds to make a new one, and it just helps a lot. And especially if you say travel while you teach at the same time, obviously taking something like an iPad is a lot more compact than taking boxes and boxes of flashcards or props with you. So I just find it's a nice little tool that helps me out a lot in lessons. So I will leave some of the links in the description below, including a full blog post about exactly how I do it and a bit more in depth of what type of flashcards I use and how I use them. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.